Arsenal injury update. Martinodegaard, Kai Havertz, Jurrien Timber latest news and return dates. Gunners have moved 6 points clear of Man City with big weekend win. Arsenal were without a handful of key players for their 3-0 win over Fulham on Saturday. The Gunners went 6 points clear of Manchester City in the Premier League title race with their victory at the Emirates Stadium. The game saw Bukayosaka make his first start since returning from an Achilles problem, while Martin Zubimendi was given a rest as Miles Lewis-Skelly was given a rare start. Mikel Arteta's men host Atletico Madrid in a huge Champions League semi-final second leg on Tuesday. And there will be hope that a couple of big players can return to bolster the North Londoners' chances of winning a maiden European crown. The Norwegian has been hampered by a constant niggle all season, and he was forced off at the Estadio Metropolitano with another problem last week. As such, he sat out at the Emirates at the weekend, but Mikel Arteta is hopeful his skipper and Kai Havertz will be able to face Atletico. Asked whether Odegaard and Havertz could return on Tuesday night, Arteta replied, "I think so, the both of them." Kai Havertz, the German international, had to be substituted in the first half of the 1-0 win over Newcastle a fortnight ago. He was forced off with a muscle injury, which meant that he did not play against Atletico in the Champions League or the win over Fulham at the weekend. Arteta said the versatile forward had a muscular niggle, but as mentioned above, is hopeful Havertz will return against Atletico. The Gunners boss said of Havertz and Odegaard, "They are going to do everything. We are going to do everything to have them ready." Jurrien Timber, a big miss for Arsenal in their title run-in, has been first choice right back Timber. The Dutchman has not played for the club in over a month now, having been forced off in the win against Everton in March. He has been suffering with a groin problem. Arteta said that the defender was doing some stuff on the pitch ahead of the trip to Madrid last week, but the Spaniard did not have a clear idea as to when Timber may return. Arteta said, "We don't know yet. He's doing some stuff on the pitch at the moment, but we need to get the gears up and be able to do more things before he can compete with us." Mikel Merino. Arsenal are hoping that Spanish midfielder Merino can play a small part in their title run-in before the season is out. The former Real Sociedad man has been out since February after suffering a stress fracture in his foot against Manchester United. Arteta was asked last week if Merino could potentially play before the conclusion of the campaign. "It's a bit premature to say that," Arteta said. "He's evolving really well. He's really pushing every boundary that he possibly can. But it's a bit early to answer that question." 90 minutes away from ending a 20-year Champions League final exile, Arsenal host Atletico Madrid in the second leg of their semi-final on Tuesday evening. The Gunners came away from the Wanda Metropolitano with a respectable 1-1 draw to their name last week, as Victor Gyökeres and Julian Alvarez both struck from the penalty spot in the first leg. Mikel Arteta's men also warmed up for the return fixture in ideal fashion, easing past Fulham 3-0 to move 6 points clear of Manchester City at the top of the Premier League table, albeit having played 2 games more. Here, Sports Mole rounds up Arsenal's latest injury and suspension news ahead of the second leg, with Atletico, who overcame Valencia 2-0 in Saturday's La Liga clash, despite making a full 11 changes. The luckless Martinodegaard suffered another knee injury in the first leg draw with Atletico, and having missed the win over Fulham, he has emerged as a major doubt for the second leg. Kai Havertz picked up a muscular injury in last weekend's Premier League triumph over Newcastle United, but Arteta is hopeful that the German will be fine to feature on Tuesday. Jurrien Timber suffered a troublesome groin injury over the international break, and the Dutchman is not expected to return to first-team action until the latter stages of the season. Mikel Merino underwent surgery on a foot injury at the beginning of 2026, but the Spaniard might be in with a chance of coming back for the Premier League final day clash with Crystal Palace.